Hey everybody, welcome to It Came from Tubi. So Tubi's a good streaming site, but they also make original movies, and it's our job to watch them. This week, we get back on track after that animated nightmare last week, and we go back to the thrillers, the domestic thrillers that we love. Unrequited from our boy Chris Stokes. And this weird looking pill intro animation. I don't know what was up with that. And we start, as we always do, we always start with like a flash forward of what's going to happen in the movie. And it's our main actress calling for Eric and what was the girl's name?
Cassandra?
No, the other girl, Eric's wife,
Oh,
Hannah or something like that.
Helen?
Helen, yeah. So she's calling Helen. We don't know why, but we get the title, Unrequited. Someone's not getting love this time, Jared.
Hmm.
So Cassandra, that's her main character. She starts off by asking, "Is it normal to be scared?" And as people who watch Tubi every week, we say yes, it is very normal. She's talking to her psychiatrist, and she's like, "You're doing good. Just take your pills. Don't stop taking your pills." We're not sure why she's there, but we're told she's going back home to where her trauma lied. And she's got a job for her. She's like, I gotta hook you up with the job. She's like, I don't know. I haven't worked. She's like, you gotta work, man. That's a part of your rehabilitation. Check out her. I know you love to look at computer screens, Jared. She's got like a PDF pulled up on a black screen.
That's I believe that.
Yeah, it's better than what we normally get with them just looking at blank screens all the time. She's like, the psychiatrist is like, hey, do you still believe in fairy tales? And Cassandra's like, no, I'm a grown up. I don't believe in those anymore. And the psychiatrist is like, well, maybe you should. It's not such a bad thing to believe in fairy tales. Maybe dooming her
That's
from the
a
start,
it's a terrible thing to tell somebody.
especially her.
Hmm.
Did you notice the pictures?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to
Hmm.
that. So she goes home for the first time. She was at the, psych ward, and she meets AJ,
We meet this nice young
this
nurse.
angel of a man, and she's like, "Thanks for what you do." And he's like, "I live just down the street. I'm like perfect." She's
Well, I'll get to why I said that later.
like, he just lived. Lucky for her, she's got this male nurse just in the neighborhood. He's taking care of her mom. She checks in on her mom, and she's sleeping, and she like looks
She's
at her.
like, oh.
She's like, I don't want to disturb her yet. So she goes to her, she's got a job interview, and she almost runs into this dude. Well, she does run into
She
him.
does. He
She's like,
catches her.
bam! And she got the googly eyes like instantly. The instant googly eyes for this guy. She goes to her appointment. This lady, uh, as you can tell, she's like at a, oh, you can't really tell, but she's at like the Quality Inn, right? She's implying to be one of the maids at this Comfort Inn looking place. Doesn't look like a five-star resort, Jared. Um,
I thought I looked quite swank.
the boss, she's like, you're our perfect candidate. You don't have any job experience, You don't know how to do anything. You're good. You're perfect.
Is is this person that says I run a tight ship, but I'm
Yeah,
fair.
but and I'm pretty good at my job. What boss says that? If I don't say myself, I'm actually pretty awesome at my job. She's like, okay. And she's like, this Quality Inn, we're in the top five of the Forbes Travel Guide by AAA. I was
Who
like,
looks at the Forbes travel guide?
I kind of doubt it. I mean, if I look this up on like Travago or something, I'm probably doubting that this has got like a five-star. So she goes back. to AJ, and he's leaving. He's like, "You're good, you know, just do what I told you to do." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." And for some, he's like, "Where's my keys? I can't find." They're like sitting like right in front of him. He's like, "Where's my keys?" And she's like, "Keys."
I don't get the point of that.
I know, I didn't get that either. It's just like we needed to throw that in for some. He tells, "Don't forget her 8 p.m. dosage, or she's gonna be very cranky."
Does he have this written down? Why is he just telling her? Just be like, I
I
left a list.
I
Just do
think he
that.
did. He's just telling her. She's like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever."
And she's like, 8 p.m.?
She's like, "Can I really do this? Take care of my mommy?" And then the mom wakes up, and she's like, "What are you doing awake?" And she's like,
She doesn't
"Oh."
wake up. She like emerges, just spawns into there, and just
She's like, "The way you and AJ were carrying on, they weren't carrying on. He was giving her instructions.
they're quite rowdy.
It's not like they were like making violent love in the living room or
Might
something."
as well have been, loud as they were.
So she goes to work, and she's like looking out the window, and she's about to take some pills, but her trainer comes, the person that's going to train her comes, and she decides not to take the pills. Oh yeah, Eric and Helen are yelling outside the window. We don't know why. They just like to yell at each other. And the whole time, Cassandra just can't stop watching, and she's like, "Yes, I like this. This serves my purposes." And then Paris comes. She's like, "Call me Big P," and I'm
I'm
like,
not gonna call you Big
"I'm not
P.
gonna call you Big P." And she's like, "Yeah, this hotel stuff goes down. We can't
The
tell
tea
anyone."
is spilt every second.
Yes.
And she's like, I don't know what that means.
She got all the tea. And Cassandra's like, "What the heck is tea?" So I'm not the only one who didn't know what tea was for a long time.
This
uh,
is a fictional character.
and she was in a psych ward. But she's like, "Yeah, you look kind of nosy." She tells her
That
that.
was kind of rude.
I know. But she's like, "Yeah, I know a guy, the cook. He's got like the best weed in town." Eh, but don't tell anyone what goes on in the rooms, man. You gotta keep that a secret. So this 5-star AAA, reviewed hotel has a lot of stuff, seedy stuff going down in the rooms.
Well, wouldn't it? Wouldn't a rich place have seedy stuff?
I don't know, Jared. I don't.
The world we live in,
I
Joseph?
expect this from the Red Roof Inn.
Well, that's like the low crime seedy stuff. This is the high end stuff, like CEOs and all that.
So this Quality Inn, it's got its own bar and bartender, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sure she blabbed all the stuff, Big P." Um, so she gets up the next. Well, she goes to bed and she's like happy. She's like, "Oh, this was a great day." But then she wakes up to the mom just going, "Get up, get up. What's wrong?"
She's always like, "Get my damn
She
breakfast!"
wants breakfast and she wants it now. She turns into a monster out of nowhere. And she's like, "Make my breakfast," like Jared said. And she's like, "I gotta take some pills," but she like knocks the pills out of her hand, and she's like, "You don't need those. I got
And then
pills in my bag."
and then she's like, "Take mine."
Yeah, that was weird. It's like, "Take my pills. I got a whole bunch of them." So she gets on the bus to go to work. She sees this guy, this burnt up man, but she doesn't really like do anything about it. She just kind of
You
goes
can't do anything for just burnt guys looking at you. What are you supposed to do?
on. So she's like cleaning a desk that's like in front of this painting, and Eric comes in. And he's like, "You like red?" No, no. She's like, "I." He's like, "I
He's
like
like,
that painting. He likes
that's
red."
the best piece in the whole hotel.
Yeah, and he's like, "It reminds me of Pinot Noir because I'm a bartender and that's my job." So he's like, she's doing something, and she can hear Eric and Helen yelling in the next room, and she's like very nosy because she looks
They're
like.
always just bumping into each
And then
other.
he just like runs into her. Helen's like, "I run a business. Don't you know that?" uh,
And she's like, budget cuts. You
Yeah,
get 2 less hours today.
yeah, and she's like, okay. She's like, leave at midnight because she got
Don't
the
thre
night shift.
don't threaten me with a good time.
She got the. It's not really the night shift. It's more
It's
like the
like the
second.
evening shift.
Yeah, the second shift. I think they call it because she works from something to two, 6 to 2 or something like that. So she goes in and she's very nosy and she's like going around the guest. She opens a drawer and she's like, "What is it?"
The fourth floor lady of the night.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be touching stuff in that drawer. But this lady comes in wearing like no clothes. She's like, "What were you scared of grown people toys?" And she's like, "Kinda."
Yes, if they're not mine, you sicko.
So she's like, "I'm the lady of the night," and I have
And
clients.
you can take one for a souvenir if you'd
Yeah,
like.
you look like you need this toy, and she's like,
And
"I
she's
got."
like, I don't, that's not, I can't. And
Yeah,
she's like,
she's like,
take it.
"I don't want this." She's like, "Take it, darn it." So she's leaving the hotel for the night, and some guy jumps her, and Eric comes in and swoops and saves her and punches this guy in the face. Oops.
These Tubi fights are always like one punch.
Yeah, it's a punch, punching your out. So the cops come. Well, the cops all, you should thank this man with a beer. And Eric's like, I'm a hard liquor man myself.
Gets all snobby.
Uh huh. I only get the best schnapps. Um, so,
Gin, he says in this car ride.
oh, does he?
That's his drink of choice.
So he drives her home, and we get their backstories. He's like, yeah, when I was a little kid, there was a fire, and it like took out my dad. It was like a gas leak, and my something fell heavy fell on my mom. And that's why she's like, that's why I have to take care of her. And he's like, oh, I was in the army, and I was like having fun with the troops, but then 1 second later, all the troops were dead, and it was just me. And also, I got a daughter. Sweet, right? She's like, yeah, it's pretty sweet. And he's like, one day I'm gonna own a bar. I'm gonna name it after my daughter. So when
Big P. I'm
so
gonna name
whenever
it Big P.
so whenever like people come out all drunk and throwing up all over the place, I'll remember my daughter. And then she said,
Nothing wrong with that.
it would be really nice to see you owning a bar. That's like the worst line. That's like the worst way to phrase that. It would be nice to see you owning a bar.
Be nice to see you do something.
And she's like, she gets like right in his face, and she's like, "Thank you for saving me." He's like, So she sleeps again, but then she has a nightmare of the burn guy like choking her out. The boss is always opening mail, man. That's a thing with her. She's got the mail. She got to open
It's a
it,
package. Why wouldn't you?
and
Could be something sweet in there.
and she's like, "I heard what happened last night." She's like, "Yeah, but Eric came and saved me." And she's like, "Oh, I heard he drove you home." She's like, "Yeah, it was pretty sweet."
I was pretty traumatized, so
She's like, I guess that's okay, but I'm
makes sense.
running. So she goes to the bar, and then Eric's like, "Hey, why don't you meet me by the pool?"
What is that? Oh,
What?
it's a candle. I thought there's like just a container of orange juice back there.
That giant jug?
Yeah.
So she goes to the pool to see Eric, and Eric's like just chilling out, and he's like, "Sometimes I come up here just to relax, man. I hate it down there."
I like to drink up here.
For some reason, there's no pool guests. The pool never has people in it because you can do naughty stuff up there, and they don't care. So he's like, "I got you some stuff." So he got her some maze and a taser, and also a book, like a self-help book with like chicken soup for the hotel soul or something like that. Uh, I think this is the one Tubi movie that could be made into a video game. So they want to adapt it because she's always like acquiring stuff. She always like meeting people, and they talk, and she giggles, and she says like, why don't you just leave your wife, dude? That would be cool if you just left your wife. And She came with me. He's like, no, man, she's evil. She's mean. Can't do it. He's like, she had a affair with a bigwig, man. She just very
At some
attractive.
conference, and I was like, some steamy conference.
She's just really goes for those guys with giant wigs, man.
Mm.
I don't know what's wrong with her. And she's like, why can't you just leave her? And he's like, she holds all the cards, man. She's got Exodia, Jared. You can't leave someone with Exodia. And he's like, no, my daughter, I gotta stay for her.
Mm.
And she's like, okay, I'm gonna leave. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sit right here for longer. And she's like, the moon, it's right there.
Mm.
She's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's
Mm.
beautiful,
Yep, that's the moon.
yeah. So she comes back, and he's
And he's
what the
gone, dude.
children call caca face.
I don't think anyone's ever said that in life.
But he's like drunk. She's like, "Oh, I gotta get you to, a room to rest." So she throws him on the bed, but he's like, "Oh, come with me to the bed." And she's like,
Mm.
"Oh, I gotta go. Ah, you're
She
drunk."
does kiss him, and then she's like, "No, I'm
Oh
sorry."
yeah,
And then
she did kiss
she
him.
runs out.
She's like, "Oh, our steamy affairs."
Mhm. What have I done?
So she goes home and looks at her loot.
And she's like, "Tase him, man."
I'm gonna use this.
I think she's gonna smell the mace because
So
she's
this is
like,
so this is where I started to suspect things because the next scene, they're just in the bathroom, in the hotel bathroom, and he's like, I forget what he says, but he's like, "There's no better time
he
than the
said, she
present."
says, "I'm sorry that happened." He's like, "The only thing I'm sorry about is that we didn't finish what we started."
Yeah,
And I was like, "Oh my God."
he's like, "My mom always told me there's no better time than now," or something like. So they do it in the bathroom, and I'm like, "What? Why did they just do it?" um. So she's leaving work, and Paris is Big P.
And Big P is begging for the tea, and she never has tea.
Yeah, she don't give her the tea. And she's like, dude, Helen got mad at me for being late. Oh no, my boss was mad at me for being late.
She's
Uh,
like, "I do everything, and she does nothing, but I'm the one getting yelled at or something like that."
yeah, so Cassandra's like, okay, I gotta go. Because she was gonna drive her, and she's like, no, I gotta learn to take the bus by myself. I gotta be a grown up. So she goes
She
to,
missed it.
she missed the bus. Her and Peter Parker are like, stop!
She screamed at it too.
Stop!
It startled me. I was like, "Oh."
So she just stands there.
Even if the bus driver could hear you, I don't think they would stop if you're like, "Stop!"
But Eric drives up in his little Hummer, and he's like, "Come on, get
It's not
in."
a Hummer. It's like a white Jeep.
And it is a Hummer though. It's one of the little Hummers, and he drives
It's
and he parks, and she's like, "This ain't my house. Why are we
and
parking?"
he's
He's
like,
all,
"Shh, shh, shh."
yeah.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah. He's like, "It's okay. It's
It's good.
okay,
Shh,
man.
shh, shh.
Everything's
I
good."
got you.
Yeah, I got you. It's good. And she's like, "What are we doing?" And he's like, "Hey, do you know why?" He's like, "You know the story of Adam and Eve. You know why that fruit was called forbidden?" And she was like, "It's because it was forbidden." He's like, "Yeah."
Mm.
He's like, "No, because it like opened their eyes, and you've opened my eyes to
He's
what
no,
love
he
is."
says, "Do you know why it was so tempting?" And she said, "Because it's forbidden." And he's like, "No, it's because fruit is delicious."
No, he's like, it opened my eyes to the possibilities of love, real love. And she's like, "Oh no." And he's like, "Yeah." So they like do it in the parking lot with like the windows down
Where
and
else, Joseph? He's married and
but
she's got a mom.
the windows are down, the hood is up, and they're
They're adults. They don't care.
just doing it in the parking lot. So she gets up the next day, she looks at the clock, and then we get a montage of their sin, like all over the hotel, man. Like at the pool, man. They no one goes to that pool. They can just do it in the pool.
They have the night shift. No one goes to the pool. Maybe it's closed at like 10.
But still, people like to walk around. Big P's like, "Hey, you've been glowing," but she still won't spill the
She's
tea.
like, "Tea now, please."
She's like, "No tea for you." And this is like the worst looking text I've ever seen in a movie because usually it does the they'll reply and you could tell, but this is like all just in one thing, one box. Um, and because Helen came out and she's like, "We've had a problem. Some of the customers are complaining about the lady of the night or something like that."
Her friends are touching people.
Yeah, that was weird. Her friends are touching me. Do you know anything about that? She's like, no. So she texts Eric and she's like, your wife's coming. And she sees Eric with the lady of the night. She gets kind of jealous.
Kind of.
Well, we don't know that yet. We don't know the extent to her jealousy. The doctor, her psychiatrist, shows up and she's got a house visit. And she's like, I forgot about my house visit. She's like, how are things at work? And she's like, I just love it at work.
She's like, I just basically need to check how many pills you've taken.
Yeah, I gotta check your pills. So she went to
And
the bathroom.
she should have went with her. You
Yeah,
can't let her go on her
I
own.
know. She a good whatever she is, psychiatrist would have went with her.
And then this idiot, instead of just throws them in the toilet, and they close the toilet, she puts it in her mom's pill.
I did not understand what she was doing because she took the pills out and then she took her mom pills and put them in her pill. I was very confused. And then the mom gets up and she's like, What is going on?
Breakfast!
I
Breakfast!
I need to sleep."
That's
You had
all
the
she cares about is breakfast.
you had that woman in my house and it looks like this, and she's like, "Look how ugly these outlets are, man. These light switches. They are pretty bad. Look at that, Jared. What are they doing with their finger?"
She's like, I thought you were a housekeeper.
So they go to the parking lot of sin where they do it in front of the world.
I don't I don't think it is in front of the world. I think they're in like some kind of void.
No,
Because they don't show like anything around them.
yes, there's like a party.
No, you are making things up. There was no park. It was just this Hummer
There's
thing.
like a house. Is
No, you're so
They're
full of it.
they're in
There's
the middle of a
nothing.
suburb.
Look it's just black.
There's like little kids like
You're
playing
you're
basketball.
sold. You just want them to be in front of people. They're
The
not.
the Fresh
There's
Prince is playing
I've never seen
basketball.
someone so secluded. Not even the guy on Castaway.
They're playing
He
basketball
had more
after
people looking at
school.
him.
So he tells her, "Dude, we gotta chill, man. I'm afraid of my wife. I'm
And
afraid of
also the
her."
lady of the night's kind of hitting me up.
Yeah, and she's like, "What?" And she's like, He's like, "I'm afraid of her. I'm scared of Helen." So she goes back home, and the mom's burning the photos of the dad. She's like, "What are you doing, mom?" And she's like, I don't want to I don't want to be reminded of him." And she's like, "I do. I don't want to forget." So she like runs out. She goes to this park. Look at this like seat at the park. It's just like someone put some furniture out there. So she's like crying, but then Eric shows up. He's just walking in
Why
the
was he
park.
there?
I don't know. He tells her that he went to her house to check on her, and the mom was there, and she's like, "What did the mom say?" And he's like, "Nothing. She was fine." And then, um, she tells her, that fire it wasn't a gas leak. My dad was abusing us, so my mom set a fire to the house." And she went back for me and got me out, but then she went back for the dad, and then the beam fell on her. He's like, "Oh, that's kind of sad." And she's like, and she's like, "Why can't just people love me? I've never been loved." He's like, "I'll never leave you." And then she's like, "Look,
The
there's a
moon
man.
again.
There's a man in a hoodie. That's probably the guy that watches them make love all the time. He's following in that parking lot. That's
There's
probably
no one. That's not even a park. It's just a black
it's
void.
a parking lot. So she goes back to work, and they're like, "There's a big ruckus," and they're like, "What happened?" And she's like, "The lady at night was found dead across the street," and they're like, "Oh no!"
Hmm?
So some cops show up. This cop, man,
Classic Tubi
yeah,
cops.
classic. This guy, like, his shirt's like open. He's just looking like he's going to the bar or something.
Shirt's tight. He's ready.
So they're like, "We got to ask you some things," and they're like, she's like, "Did you know her?" and stuff like that. She's like, "I didn't really know anything about this." And then she sees a picture, and they're like, "Do you?" She like grabs the picture, and the cop's like, "Excuse me, you can't just take our evidence, even though the evidence is right in there for you to see."
Mm.
Just out in the open. And she sees something, and she's like, "Does that mean something?" And she's like, "No, I don't know. I don't know what." And she goes off, and the background actors are like, "That's so weird. How did you know?" So she goes to Eric. She's like, "Dude, I saw the letter opener in the picture, and I know it's hers because it has tassels on it or something. So I know it's hers." He's like, "No." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna sneak into her office. Give me your key." And he's like, "Okay," and I'll distract her. So she goes to the office, and she's like looking for it, and she finds it, and she's like, the boss comes in, and it's like, "What are you doing in here?" And she's like, I was looking for a letter opener. One of the guests wanted a letter opener." And she's like, "You looking
Why
to
do they have
open
mail here?
you looking to open mail or something?" "That's my mail. I open all the mail."
Hmm. Why does a guest have mail? Why did they bring you with them?
And she's like, "You know what? You probably shouldn't get sharp things to the guest right now." And then she kind of threatens her, but then she smells her.
She's like, you smell good.
Yeah, and she's like, "I know that smell. You smell good." And she's like, "Whoa, I gotta get out of here." Um, and she's like, "Where are you? You're supposed to distract her. She's supposed to tell you when she was coming back."
And
Think she knows. So she looks out the window and she sees them, and the boss looks at her.
then the Mrs. Doubtfire music starts playing.
Look at that Hummer.
It's not a Hummer. That's a
It
Jeep
says
at
Hummer
best. That's a
right
Jeep
there.
at best.
That's what they are now. That's what Hummers fall into. I forgot about this part. So she wakes up, and she sees like the hoodie man, the
Yeah, he
witness.
was scampered on by like a little guy.
Yeah,
He's like,
he goes
whee!
out the door, and she's like, "What the heck?" She got a knife, so she walks
Did
around.
he go out the door?
Yeah, he went
I
out the
thought he
door.
like went across the house. Because she locks the door. Why, if he went out the door, why would she lock it and then keep looking?
I don't know, because she hears things. Doesn't she hear things? I think she hears like the mom saying something. So she walks to the mom's room, and she sees like a puddle of blood on the floor. But then the mom like opens the door, and she's like, "I need my sleep.
Breakfast!
I got
Breakfast!
I gotta get sleep so I can eat breakfast in the morning."
You don't respect breakfast.
She's like, "I can't live like this. I need my sleep." Like, "Okay, mommy, I'm sorry." She's always called her mommy.
And
Um,
this sweet angel comes back.
yeah, she's leaving, and she sees him, and he's like, "Is there anything I need to know?" And she's like, "You probably best stay out of her way."
She's in a mood
In the
today, and he's like,
mood.
"Oh, okay."
Like, "Oh, okay. Bye." So she's on the bus. She sees the burnt up dad again. And then she goes to work, and she's like talking to Paris, and she's like, "Hey, Big P, you hear from Eric?" And she's like, "No, I haven't heard from Eric." "Yeah, he's not. He hasn't been into work. He says he's off work today." And she's like, "She's not answering me on my phone. I think he's in trouble. Give me your keys, Big P." She's like, "No, you're crazy, lady." And she's like, "Give me your keys." And she's like, "Do you even know how to drive?" She's like, "Give me your keys, take it." So finally,
She's
she
like,
gets.
"You're lucky I have insurance."
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to point out, did you see her key ring?
No.
Like just a key and like one other thing on there. That's not a lady's key ring.
Yeah, that's not a lady's key.
That those are always full of junk. It's like 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's got like
Come on,
lighters and
Tubi.
bottle openers and lighters and toenail clippers and mace. Oh, the hand sanitizer. Remember they always
Oh
carry
yeah.
the hand sanitizer. So she goes to Eric, and she's like, Mom opens up, and she's like, "Who are you?" This little kid's looking. She's like, "Where's Eric?" And she's like, He went out of town. He's gonna be out of town for a while."
She's a bad caregiver because or someone that takes care of kids because she lets the girl just like right behind her with this unknown person.
Mhm.
You'd be like, "Hey, hang back, little girl. There's a crazy person."
So she's driving, and she gets a call on like, is it Eric's phone? No, it's her phone, right? So
No.
she gets a call, and it's Helen, and she's like, "You want to know where my husband is? Come find him." And for some reason, it always looks like this building is talking when she's talking to the boss. Um, so she drives at the hotel and she sees Helen just looking creepily at her, and she's like, "Dude, I'm." She gives Big P her keys back, and she's like, "I'm worried about Eric." And she's like, there's an announcement. It's like, "Please come to the third floor, East Wing." So she goes up there, and meanwhile, there's like someone pulled a fire alarm because all the people are leaving, and the boss just pops out of the room,
with the
attacks her.
letter opener.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't remember. Did she say anything? But she attacks her, and she's like, "What did you do?" And she looks over, and Eric's like dead on the ground. She's like, "Oh no!" So they fight. She's about to get, and she keeps screaming, "Helen, Helen, Helen!" But then she gets the knife, and then the Helen's like, "No, what are you doing, Cassandra? No!" And then we end up at the cops, and she's like, "You know what you did?" So it's kind of like Psycho, where they kind of just explain the ending to it. So she's like, "Yeah, Cassandra was a paranoid schizophrenia as a teen, and she, used to self harm, and at some point she must have stopped taking her meds." And they're like, "Eric, what about the affair?" And he was like, "There was never an affair. I saved
And
her in the parking lot."
and they saved Eric for me at this. I was like, oh, there
Right.
wasn't an affair. He's a good boy.
He was. So he's like, "There's no affair. I saved her." And then we never talked again. She was like quiet. We never talked again.
He
Uh,
says she seemed lonely or whatever,
yeah, she just seemed like a lonely
and
person.
just stared out of places. That's all she did.
So we get like the whole montage. It was always her by herself. There was no mom. Um, well,
There
there
was a
is a
mom.
mom, but she's in bed.
She's
She's
paralyzed.
she's paralyzed. She can't get up. She can't get out of bed. And we learned that from AJ. And he's like, he says something weird. He's like, "Yes, I've been her nurse for that long." I was like, "What?" But he's talking about like she's been paralyzed the whole time he's known her. So all this stuff, like her burning the picture, was actually Cassandra burning the picture, and she was like throwing the pills down the drain by herself. Um,
And then AJ like cries when he happens upon the mom dead. I was
yeah,
like, man, and he loved her more than her.
he did. That sleeping lady. So we find out that picture on the psychiatrist. We find out that she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get." I knew his wife Helen would help, so she got her the job. Um, because she knew that Helen and Eric were like nice people, and
Why do they have two pictures of the same picture, just one big and one?
that's how they ordered them. Like, wait, if it did, she puts them like right next. I need the picture twice on my desk. That is weird. And then the cop's like, "I need you to tell me that you did it." She's like, "I did it. I finished my fairy tale. And in my fairy tale, the monsters win. Ha ha." And she laughs, and that's the end of the
And
movie.
then she like this whole thing traumatizes the her psychiatrist. She's like, "What have I done?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh no."
This was all my fault."
I, hooked her up with the hotel staff. And Jared, were you shocked?
No.
When
I
did
was shocked that Eric
was alive?
wasn't a bad boy.
Oh, well, the whole movie
Although
called Unrequited, so I wasn't too shocked.
although there was that scene where he was with the lady of the night.
True, he was with her.
So the real good boy was the nurse. And from the beginning I was like, just why didn't you be nice to the nurse?
So that was our movie. It was a little different. They threw us a little curveball with this one. Mr. Stokes.
They tried something.
They try, yeah. He's like, "I got an idea, guys. It's all in this lady's mind." But the lady's always crazy in his movies. There's always crazy lady.
And
Sometimes
Dylan.
and that Manny, the Manny.
Uh,
All right. So yeah, that was the movie. So the mom demanded her breakfast, so it might be good to have these on hand.
14 grams
You got 40
protein?
grams.
Or the 40 grams of protein?
Yeah, for these Jimmy Dean
Dang,
Zesty
I love
Monterey
those.
Bacon Bowls.
I love those bowls.
You love those bowls?
They're
Well,
so
that's
good.
if you're gonna watch this movie, you might pop one of these into the microwave. Get 40 grams of protein while you're watching.
And it's zesty, just like the movie.
Yeah, true. Perfect, perfect TV dinner for watching this movie. All right, next time, let's go try some action again, Jared. We haven't had good luck with action. I mean, we had that one with the girl trying to get her sister back. What was that called?
That was probably the best action we've
The
got.
Vigilante. So we'll see if the last resort can meet.
Papa Roach the whole time. The soundtrack is just that one song.
You would love that.
And at the end, the little his little quip is cut my life into pieces, and then he shoots somebody, and you're like, oh my God, it's brilliant.
Dude, I saw that in a commercial and it was funny as heck, and I can't remember what it was, but that's for another time. So, if you like bad movies like we like bad movies, make sure you like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more good stuff when we return with It Came from Tubi and the cat.